Today for HarborFinancialOnline.com, I'm going to be going over the vehicle deduction on your tax return and how you can take advantage of this deduction and increase your refund. The first thing you need to realize that if you're an employee of a company, you can qualify for this deduction if you're driving for that company and not getting reimbursed by your employer. The amount you can qualify as a deduction will be 50.5 cents per mile. So exactly how this works is, say your boss tells you to go pick up some supplies or drive to another office. And any of those, trips that you're taking for your employer can be deducted on your 1040 as long as they're not reimbursing you that 50.5 cents. But in some cases, your employer may be reimbursing you 20 cents. You can make up that difference, that other 30 cents, and still qualify for the deduction on your tax return. So I'm going to bring up the Form 1040 and show you where you put this in and how you get the deduction. This is the 1040. This is page 2 of the 1040, Schedule A. You can see I'm scrolling up and down here to show you the form. When we get to line 21 is where it takes the total of your mileage that you may be reporting that you didn't get reimbursed from your employer. And for line 21 is going to have another form attached to it that details that mileage. So I'm going to bring up that form as well for you. The form is 2106 here, and this gets attached to your 1040. And when you're preparing your tax return online, this form is automatically calculated into the program. It's not as complex as it looks. You're just going to enter in a couple boxes. The electronic filing will populate these fields, so you don't have to worry about all this. But I'm still going to go through the form with you, show you where the numbers go. So we're going to scroll down to the mileage here. Okay, it's going to be on your page 2 here. You can see where I have the cursor. It's going to have your total miles for the year, and you're going to have to keep a log of the miles you drove for your employer to make sure that you're accurately reporting this, because if you do get audited by the IRS, they will want to see that log. So it's very important that your log matches up with what you reported on the tax return. So you have lines. You're going to enter the date that when you put the vehicle into service on line 11. Line 12, total miles the vehicle was driven for that year. The miles for business percentage versus personal. They just want to kind of make sure that you're not stretching the truth on this, because if you only have one vehicle and then you're saying that you put 80% for business, that's not really going to go well with the IRS. They aren't going to believe that. So again, when you do the return online, it's going to fill out this form. Then it's going to go back to the page 2, which I showed you, the 1040. Fill that box out. So hopefully that explains it for you. The other areas where you can get a vehicle deduction on your tax return is if you own say you own a Schedule C business, a small business, and I'll bring up that form to show you the Schedule C. I'm sure most of you that do have a Schedule C are familiar with this form. Go to the top so I can show you. So you can see it's Schedule C, small business, and you can get a large deduction for mileage with the Schedule C vehicle deduction. And where you're going to fill that out will be in part 4 here. Again, you're going to put when the vehicle was in service, when it was put in service, percentage of business versus commuting. Was it available for personal during off hours? It's very important that you report the correct information here, because the IRS does focus in on this area. So it's very important that you are keeping a log of that mileage that ties to this return. And again, if you do the return online electronically, it's going to fill in all these boxes. They ask a couple of questions, put in the mileage amount, it populates this form. So it's made very easily to complete this part of the tax return. So you fill this out, and how it works on a business is you can report the mileage, or you can report the actual expenses of that vehicle. Normally you're going to get a larger deduction by just putting the mileage, so I wouldn't encourage just putting vehicle expenses. That would be maintenance and gas, oil. That I would go for the mileage. You're going to get a much bigger deduction. So those are some of the areas of the vehicle deduction that's going to help you to increase your refund. And again, you can complete your return online here. We do have more information on all other areas of tax, how to increase your refund, get the deductions, get the credits. So feel free to check out our website here. If you have any questions at all on the vehicle deduction, please feel free to send me an email at expert@harborfinancialonline.com, and I'll answer any questions you have about the deduction and other credits and deductions. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we hope you check out some of our future videos. Thank you.